Well, today I feel a little bit differently than I did yesterday. I have been so sublimely unmotivated. And I'm actually, on the one hand, I'm kind of like, oh, I really should be writing and doing something. On the other hand, I'm like, it feels so awesome just to be lazy and do nothing. So, plan for the day when I woke up. Number one, not as much hangover as I expected, considering the amount of alcohol I consumed yesterday, because it was Friday, and I'm happy. And everybody was going out, so I went. Came home, had a drunken conversation with Stella. I went back and read later, and it was hilarious. My only plan for the day was to write the day 7 for Toby Rama week because I hadn't done that even on day 7. And day 7 was the free category, so what I really wanted to do was get him drunk because I enjoy making my characters drunk because they always do really stupid, funny things. And Toby Rama in general is a very cool, chilly, not so much emotions as a character. He's a lot like Tarandale from Achillea, and so getting him drunk was going to be really fun. Also, day 7 coincided with his actual birthday, so it made it all kinds of fun. So it should have been a really easy write, and yet it took me pretty much all day to get the motivation to do it. Um, in in doing so, to procrastinate, I did other productive things. So I queued all the drafts for all of my works in progress on Archive of Our Own, and edited as I went. So when I edit as I go, what I'm basically doing is just rereading it. So I reread And Never, and I reread Frankie's story called Intrinsic Gray, and then I reread Breathing Glass, which is that really dirty one that I wrote back in October. Now, in rereading all of these stories, I realized some things. They're beautiful. I'm really proud of myself on them, actually. And Never is actually very, very sad, and I think that I did a very good job with it. And a lot of my readers commented that they thought it was actually my best work yet, which kind of surprised me. It covers a very long timeline with actually a quarter of the words that I took to write Forever, and so they had to be punchier, stronger words. It's a little bit disturbing. It's a tragic romance, and it derails very quickly, so of course it ends badly. So I reread that one, and I thought that one was really good. The reason that I'm a little bit surprised by how good I think it is because I wrote it so fast. It took me probably 3 days to write that one. And Frankie's story is a very similar kind of thing. I wrote Intrinsic Gray in less than a week. Same sort of story. I got up out of bed and needed to write it. Wrote a couple of 10,000 plus word days and just got it done. And that one's different, as I told you before. It starts off all angsty and ends up towards the fluffy end. And in reading that, that one's beautiful. It's like the perfect progression of their relationship, and it ends very nicely. And I pick songs for it. The songs work out well. And in reading it, I know that Frankie's gonna love it. And when I wrote And Never and I had her read that one, it made her cry twice. And this one I think is gonna make her cry the other kind, like the happy tears of joy. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think I did a good job with that one. There's a lot of really beautiful imagery in it. But the real surprise was that the Spuddy fic I wrote back in October, on the reread, I was certain I was going to hate it just because of, how far I went outside my comfort zone. And I wrote that one really fast, too. I think I got it done in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe at most. And there's some very difficult themes in there. So I was really sure I was going to hate it. And I really don't. I actually think they did a very good job with it. Of all the things that I was trying to capture with it, and I really wanted to make it a beautiful story more than a dirty one, and I think I did very well balancing both. So I read all 3 of these stories over again. I think I did a pretty good job. So that's just me bragging. You watch the blog. You're here for a reason. You can listen to me brag. Toby Rama Week was a little bit sort of a different story. I wrote all of those very fast. I barely edited them at all, and then I just published them. So it's just kind of just me goofing around and having a fun time writing. And those are pretty good. So today I basically reread all of those and queued them up on the drafts to avoid writing Tobirama's 7th Day. But then I finally did write Tobirama's 7th Day, so yay. And that's been my entire day. After that, everybody was gone. Frankie went to bed, and then Stella was gone, and no one else was really online. So I watched Brad play video games for a while, and a grocery store run that started off with, I need goldfish. Speaking of which, I got them. But I was sitting there and I was like, I really want goldfish because I made chili today and I like having goldfish in my chili. So we went to the store to get goldfish and bought $150 worth of junk food. So we got pie and ice cream and beer and goldfish and Funyuns and stuff for taco salad tomorrow and a couple frozen pizzas so we don't have to make dinner for the next couple of days and case of water and just a whole bunch of crap. I love being married. So there's that. So I came home and we watched Brad play video games and hung out. And so then another cool story is I came in here to actually try to write something and face planted again. And then Stella came on and I was like, oh, look, it's Stella. She comes in and she's like, oh, I gotta make coffee and then I have this really long day of research ahead of me and it's gonna suck. And as she's talking about it, I realized that what she's researching is actually the life and culture of North Dakota. Because one of her main characters is from there. And I don't know why in the world she would choose North Dakota, of all the places in the entire world. But she's talking about having to do this really long day of internet research and figuring all these things out. And I'm like, or my best friend used to live there. I could just see if she'll jump online real quick and talk to you in the Skype chat. She's like, what a great idea! So I text Rachel, and I get Rachel online, and I said, hey, do you mind? And she said, no, of course not. I dropped them in a Skype room, and they talked for like an hour about all of these things, and it was wonderful, because it's a very beautiful thing. It's not something Stella, who lives in Greece, could ever find out a different way. She'd literally have to sit here and dig on the internet for forever, and instead I was just like, here's somebody who lived there, just ask her the questions you need. And so it was really cool to see, and I felt really good about it. So that was the rest of my evening, and now it's 12:20, and I still can't make words. I don't know why. I think I'm just too relaxed. I don't have the caffeine pumping through my brain, and I don't know. This whole being happy about my job is apparently crapping on my creativity. The good news is I'm going on a drive to Grand Rapids tomorrow, and we all know that does wonders for my brain. So that's your update. Look, I made it in under 10 minutes today. So when Frankie comes on in the morning and she can watch it. And then I can give her a new chapter. I only got 6 chapters left to go. I can't wait. Alright guys. Good luck with the words. Talk to you later.